Hello everyone and thanks for watching Edupedia videos. Today we are going to study the topic behavioral issues in compensation. Many behavioral scientists, notably industrial psychologists and sociologists like Marsh and Simon, Robert Dubin, Elliot Jacques, have presented their views on wages and salaries on the research studies and programs conducted by them. The employees' acceptance of compensation level. Let us see what were the findings of this research. This type of thinking takes into consideration the factors which may induce an employee to stay on with a company, the size and prestige of the company, the power of the union, the wages and benefits that the employee receives in proportion to the contribution made by him, all have their impact. The internal compensation structure, social norms, traditions, customs prevalent in the organization, and psychological pressures on the management, the prestige attached to certain jobs in terms of social status, the need to maintain the internal consistency in compensation at higher level, the ratio of maximum and minimum wage differentials, and the norms if span of control and demand for specialized labor all affect the internal structure of an organization. Wage and salary and motivators. Money often is looked upon as means of fulfilling the most basic needs of man: food, clothing, shelter, transportation, insurance, pension plans, education, and other physical maintenance and security factors are made available through the purchasing power provided by monetary income, wages and salaries. Merit increases, bonus based on performance, and other forms of monetary recognition for achievements are genuine motivators. However, basic pay, cost of living increases, and other wage increases are unrelated to an individual's own productivity, typically may fall into the maintenance category. Economic and behavioral issue in compensation management. The nature of human resource market is one of the most important issues affecting compensation plan of any organization. In analyzing the nature of human resource market, there are three issues which must be analyzed. They are demand and supply, productivity, prevailing market rate of wages and salary of different classes of personnel. Let us see them in detail. The nature of demand and supply are of various types and operate at regional, national, and global level and determine the wages and salary structure. In the case of human resource, the level of demand and supply of a product is decided if the demand of certain category of product exceeds their supply. Their price tends to be higher in respect of the productivity, which may remain constant. When the shortage of a certain type of personnel is pre-launched and it acutes the market force. Productivity. Productivity of human resource is another market-related force which affects the compensation management. If productivity of personnel is high, the wages and salary rate will also be high, and if the productivity of personnel is low, the wages and salary payable to him will also be low. Example: many foreigners have opted to open their businesses in India, though there are many issues behind it. One of those factors is low employee cost, but this employee cost is offset by lower productivity in India. There is low productivity in India as compared to other industrial advanced countries. Prevailing market rate of wages and salary of different classes of personnel. This prevailing rate may help an organization in deciding the compensation plan in several ways, like in order to attract and retain the personnel with certain specific skills, it is essential to pay the comparable rates. In an organization, if it wants to acquire personnel with similar skills as that of his competitors, they have to pay the competitive rates. In determining such rates of prevailing market conditions, in formulating the compensation plan, an organization can either act as a leader or act as a follower. Cost of living. While nature of resource market affects different classes of personnel, different cost of living affects all personnel at one place similarly. Cost of living varies at different level, that is from country to country and different place within the same country. Example, urban and rural areas varies from a place over a period of time because of inflating rate of money. So the cost of living may also be taken as the base for adjusting compensation plan. Example, wages and salary in industrially advanced countries are much higher than economically less developed countries. So, from the above description, we can conclude that economic and behavioral issues have their own importance and have great impact on compensation management. So, such issues like demand and supply, productivity, prevailing market rate and cost of living should be given considerable importance while doing compensation management. Let us see the behavioral theories which affect the compensation management. Now, we can define behavior as a natural reaction or movement to the environment and yourself. Motivation is the process of attempting to influence others to do your work or through the possibility of giving them rewards. Compensation of every worker has a behavioral objective and it seeks to fulfill the survival needs to fulfill the goals. These needs can be physiological or psychological. Luthans argues that motivation is a process that starts with physiological or psychological deficiency or a need which activates behavior or a drive that is aimed at a goal. Compensation policies are targeted at rewarding manpower for their skill, talent, performance, efforts, responsibility and working conditions and increase the morale for efficient performance. Behavioral theories are divided in three categories: content theories, process theories and contemporary theories. Let us see the content theory. Content theory explains what inspires manpower at their jobs. Maslow, Herzberg, Alderfer gives their significant contribution to these theories. Let us see them in detail. Hierarchy of needs. Maslow proposed this first theory called as hierarchy of needs. He said there are 5 needs that people have in the need hierarchy pyramid. Basic is physiological need of food, clothing, shelter. Then is safety need of emotional and physical safety like health insurance or pension plan. Then is the social need of love and affection or belongingness to society. Next is the self-esteem need of power, achievement, status. And the last one is self-actualization need, which is personal growth or realization of potential or spiritual growth. Maslow believed that within every individual there exists a hierarchy of need and each level of need must be satisfied before an individual pursues the next higher level of need. As an individual progresses through different levels of needs, the preceding needs lose their motivational value. Two-factor theory of motivation. Herzberg extended Maslow and developed a specific content theory of motivation, wherein he said that it was divided into 2 categories, wherein he said that there are 2 factors, intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic factors are the motivators, that is satisfiers for the workforce, and extrinsic factors are the hygiene factors, that is dissatisfiers. Intrinsic remuneration are the motivators which satisfy workers related to the job content. It includes success, identification, responsibility, work enrichment and work enlargement. Extrinsic remuneration are hygiene factors and they help to reduce dissatisfaction on the job. It would include company rules and regulations, administration, supervision, salary structure, interpersonal relations and working environment. ERG theory, existence, relatedness and growth. Clayton Alderfer identified there are three groups of the core needs. They are existence, relatedness or connectedness and growth. The existence needs are concerned with the survival, the relatedness needs and the importance of interpersonal and social relationship. The growth needs are concerned with individuals' intrinsic desire for personal development. Based on the background and social environment, one set of needs may precede over other. The job of Maslow, Herzberg and Alderfer are related to content theories. They give useful theories, but the implications for the policy and practice have been very limited. Process theories were examined by performance of Room on valence and expectancy and Porter and Lawler on performance satisfaction linkage. They look at the related proceedings that go into motivation or effort, particularly the way they relate to one another. Expectancy theory. Victor Room developed expectancy theory under process theory based on the abstract of valence, expectancy and instrumentality. Valence states to an individual's orientation for an individual result. For instance, most old employees perceives value benefits against fewer, if any. Younger employee in today's knowledge industry, single or unmarried workers with fewer family responsibility have less or no need for benefits like children's education, health benefits, leave travel allowance, etc. than older married employees with one or more children. Instrumentality refers that a people would be inspired to give better performance in anticipation of promotion. Expectancy states that the degree of chances according to particular activity or process or effort will lead to particular first level results. On the other hand, instrumentality states to the degree of chances that relates to first level result and desired second level result. In simple word, motivation is a function of valence and expectancy. According to Room's concept, it can be interpreted that manpower gives to the organization what it needs from people, higher performance, and in exchange they expect promotion. Contemporary theories. They describe the modern concept of how people get motivated at work. It includes equity and attribution theories. Equity theory. J. Stacey Adams developed equity theory and gave their views that primary input on job performance and satisfaction on the basis of equity that people feel in their working conditions. Inequity comes in existence when a manpower feels that the ratio of his or her result to inputs and the ratio of relevant others' results to inputs are imbalanced. Equity can be stated in two elements. One is internal and other is external. Internal equity states that imbalance in the remuneration between several skills or talent and responsibility level amongst the various manpower. Internal equity is determined through job evaluation. External equity states that when remuneration levels for same skills levels in one organization compared with workers in any different organization in same industry and geographical region. External equity is determined usually through compensation surveys or interview and satisfaction surveys. Companies which pay remuneration at lower rate than the market rate would be in problem to attract, retain and inspire manpower to perform with full efficiency. Our manpower doesn't perceive happiness when they get lower remuneration than what they deserve. When an employee gets remuneration at higher rates than what he or she considers is fair, the question is to check out what they are receiving, what they deserve, and what is fair for our manpower to maintain balance or equity in compensation system. Attribution theory. This theory is contributed by Fritzheider, Levin, and Festinger. They assume that people are rational and logical in their behavior, that both inner and outer forces get composed additively and conclude the behavior. People will behave differently if they realize that their results are controlled or supervised more internally than externally. This theory has great efficiency for understanding organizational behavior and contributes deep insights on goal setting, leadership behavior, and diagnosing causal factors of employee performance. Here we have studied the detailed how behavior affects the compensation management. Thanks for watching Edupedia videos.